No, this video is not sponsored by War Thunder. Instead, it is targeted at War Thunder and all of its shady practices of both the past and the present. I am sure the game needs no introduction. You have definitely heard of it, as it has been around for more than 10 years and has recently been present in the form of ads in every other video I have watched on YouTube. What I want to tell you is how this game is designed to draw you in, make you stupid, and then keep you stupid to try to make you spend money on it. And since I've been around War Thunder since its early days, I think I'm decently qualified for it. Keep in mind that since I am purely a plane enjoyer, I will only be talking about the issues of this game from the air game mode perspective. Even so, I am sure the things I say will be applicable to tanks and ships at least to some degree. I will start from the very beginning, when a poor, unfortunate soul decides to install this game and try it out. War Thunder marketing is built on this game's main strength, the sheer undeniable amount of various war machines it has to offer. No other similar game in the market comes even close to all the planes, tanks, helicopters and ships of War Thunder, and the marketing team at Gaijin Entertainment makes sure to use this in all of their promotional material. So, when your average machinery of war enjoyer stumbles upon this game, they can't help but be amazed. No way, this game has the Tigor, the Mouse, the Abrams, the Flying Fortress, Tom Cruise the plane, a Call of Duty killstreak, and some unknown alien technology? I'm in. And this is how they catch you. It is indeed true that you can use all these vehicles in the game, but what you don't realize is how much it would cost you, either in your cash or your soul. War Thunder structures its vehicles by ranks, and currently there are 8 ranks. Rank 1 being biplanes and very early World War II planes, and rank 8 being the latest and greatest jets like the F-16 or the Su-27. When you install the game, you only have access to the initial rank 1 cringe mobiles, and have to grind your way up the ranks. This is the first big hit to a new player. They realize that they won't be flying those cool jets from the trailers anytime soon. Bait and switch is the first sin this game commits, but it is also the least evil one. It's a free-to-play game, so it makes sense that they don't just give you everything from the get-go. And so, the noob sets out on a journey to grind for the shiny top-tier jet. They take their biplanes and play the most noob-friendly mode, Air Arcade. And what do you know, the game is actually fun! The planes fly themselves for the most part, the game tells you exactly where to shoot, and dying is no big deal as you can respawn multiple times per match. This is great, but very quickly they realize that the progress in Arcade is slow, very slow. The rewards are just not good enough to grind to the top in any reasonable amount of time, and since everyone and their moms are recommending to play realistic mode for better rewards, they do. Little do they know... Air Realistic Battles, or Air RB, is by far the most popular air mode, and is widely considered to be the main air mode. While it provides much better rewards, it also asks a lot more from the player. The game still flies the plane for you, but all other comforts are taken away. You only have one life, aim assist is disabled, ammo can only be resupplied by landing at airfields, you can rip your wings by going too fast or turning too hard, a single shell can cripple your plane, your engine can overheat and die, etc, etc. And so the noob tries playing RB, and they likely fail. The change from arcade is too drastic, and they simply do not have the required skills and knowledge to be able to succeed in RB. What a shame, they think to themselves. If only the game had a tutorial to explain how air combat works. But wait, there is a tutorial. Now, since War Thunder was built from the ground up to be a game about semi-realistic air combat, you would likely expect it to have a tutorial that explains common combat maneuvers, the importance of altitude and speed, tactics and strategy. So, the War Thunder air combat tutorial teaches you the controls, how to take off and land, how to shoot your guns, and how to turn left and right. That's it. In case it's not obvious, this is nowhere near enough. And so, the noob ends up between a rock and a hard place. They could either go back to arcade and cope with meager rewards, or keep playing RB without a clue on how to do anything, and act as food for more experienced players. This is the second sin the game commits. Complete radio silence when it comes to teaching the player how to play your game. Air combat simulators need to teach players air combat mechanics. This isn't CSGO. Everyone knows how to play FPS games, but air combat is something that needs to be explained with examples and instructions. And yes, I know, there are guides on the internet, but in my opinion, relying on external community-made content is a cop-out. Not everyone has the time and energy to browse through heaps of garbage in hopes of finding decent guides. Yes, most War Thunder guides on YouTube are very subpar to say the least, and are usually a case of bad players giving bad advice. Thankfully, there are also channels like Defin. that make very good educational content. Check him out if you're interested in getting better at AirRB. I would argue that the War Thunder community would be in a much better, healthier place if the game had good tutorials that explained the mechanics and taught players how to improve. But what if I told you that Gaijin doesn't want you to improve? What if? What if it is in their best interest to prevent you from improving? Spoiler alert, yes, it is. After all, a struggling player is more likely to throw money at the problem. Let me give you an example. The noob keeps trying to play RB and get kills, but it just doesn't work. They don't know how. So, in their desperation, they start looking for shortcuts. After all, they still want that shiny top-tier jet. And it is here where they stumble upon the two biggest pitfalls in War Thunder: bombing and premium planes. Let's start with bombing. While AirRB is primarily about PvP, it does give you the option of getting rewards by destroying AI targets on the ground. Most of them are stationary too, so all you need to do is fly above, drop bombs, and then rearm back at the airfield. Simple, right? And so, the noob becomes a bomber main. They don't know how to dogfight, but at least they can get some rewards by dropping bombs. They enter a match, fly in a straight line towards a bomb target, drop their load, and then most likely die, as bombers are incredibly vulnerable to fighters. It sucks, but at least they get something out of it. Soon they start bombing in every plane they have, be it a fighter, an attacker, or a dedicated bomber. They put bombs on everything and keep going for ground targets. After all, this is all they know. This is what works. Now, can you guess what's wrong with this? The noob doesn't even realize that they have now conditioned themselves into actively avoiding the main point of this game, the PvP. Dogfighting is insanely fun. It has layers upon layers to it. It rewards mechanical skills, knowledge, and tactics, and always keeps you at the edge of your seat. Dogfights are the heart and soul of War Thunder. And yet, the noob is content with flying in straight lines and dropping bombs. They don't know any better. The game never explained anything to them. They never even had a chance. Now, the premiums. On top of bombing, the noob is also constantly tempted by the shiny premium jets in every single tech tree. They promise you everything. For a small price of a new AAA game, you get to fly an epic jet straight away, no grinding required. On top of that, premiums also get massively boosted rewards to unlock other planes much quicker. So the noob throws cash at the game and buys a premium. They go from biplanes straight to an advanced supersonic jet. They are happy. Then, they go into a match and realize they are completely and utterly lost. Now they not only need to know how to fight planes, but also how to operate the radar, how to use infrared and radar missiles, and how to defend against missiles. While they might figure out how to use missiles, they still have no idea how to play. So they go back to their old ways. They load their plane full of bombs and fly in straight lines towards targets. Nothing has changed. The noob has spent $60 to $70 just to bomb again, but this time in a cool jet. This also has a side effect of turning jet games into a complete shit show. Teams are filled with brain-dead bombers who hurt their teams more than they help, as they tend to team kill each other over who gets to bomb what target. You know, once upon a time, before supersonic jets were a thing, top tier used to be a place of pure skill. MiG-15s and Sabres used to fight each other to the death in the most ruthless ways possible. It was hard, and yet insanely rewarding. No missiles and no radars, just your aim, your maneuvering, and your tactics. Back then, Gaijin also promised not to add premium jets. Then they promised not to add top tier premiums. And now, you can pre-purchase a $75 top tier premium jet. Make of that what you will. If you decide to play this game, don't fall for bombing and premiums. They are only there to distract you and drain you of all your cash. I would only recommend buying premium account when it goes on 50% sale, and these happen quite often every year. Keep in mind that this is a PvP game first and foremost. If you want to succeed and have fun, you need to get good at PvP. You need to learn the basics of air combat, and thankfully, Defin YouTube channel is there to help. Learning it is hard. Learning planes and their quirks is hard. Learning to aim and maneuver is hard. But eventually, I promise you, it will click. And then you will be having true fun that does exist in this game. You just have to work for it. This game will try to frustrate the hell out of you. A frustrated player is more likely to buy premium features after all. Don't fall for it. If you think air combat just isn't your thing, I recommend quitting and spending your cash elsewhere. There are plenty of amazing games worth your time and money, and War Thunder might not be one of them. At the end of the day, free-to-play games are just a business. They want to drain you of as much money as possible. If you're not having fun, leave. Throwing more money at this game never helps. Only improving as a player will let you have fun and enjoy your time with it. And with that, I bid you farewell. Don't let these people scam you out of your cash and your time. Be wise. Be safe. Be aware.